Hello and welcome back to the farm. It is late summer and after a few days of wet weather we actually have something that is a little bit drier, which is absolutely perfect. We've got crops ready to go. We've got a few days of dry, so we're going to be cutting the wheat and getting that baled up and done, and we're probably going to be doing the we're going to get into the canola as well over the next couple of days. But first up is this, and again it's hooked up, and Chris is down there ready to hook everything up for me, so I'll pick this up and then we'll get that raised properly and he can get in there and connect those. There we go, that's that all connected up, and he's gone and got back in the tractor, and we're just going to back this off. So he's going to take the tractor back to the yard and get set up for carting. We are going to get stuck into this wheat field, so let's head over here, and we should get lined up. We're going to go counterclockwise first round and then clockwise for the second. Start her up, drop her down, and in we go. And I think we are putting out some straw. Let's go check. No, at the moment we've got the chopper on. I've forgotten to disable that. So now if we go a little bit further forward, pull up our comb a little bit. Don't want to knock any heads off. Alright, we'll stop there. Have a look. Yep, we're producing straw. So this is our only field of wheat. We're going to be going around. We're, as I said, we're going to do straw on this. I'll get out a little bit, get my header a little bit further in, and yeah, we're going to be doing well, I think. Looks like a pretty good yield. We're getting a decent amount off here already. Hopefully we can get the whole way around this headland without having to empty, but if we don't, that's not a bad thing. You can see up ahead the soybeans are coming ripe as well. Everything is lining up nicely, and so it's going to be a good thing for us, I think. We're going to get all the harvest done over the next few VODs, and it should go pretty well for us. Let's see, 30% off the first side. We may actually end up emptying before we get to the end of the field, or get to the end of the headlands. So yeah, if we do, that will be a really, really good yield off it. I'll be very, very happy with that. So we didn't quite make it the whole way around the field. Chris has had to come out to me. We're down the bottom end, down near our meadow here. And so Chris has had to come out here, and we're emptying out here. I cut into the crop a bit. Really good yield. I mean, we were like 80–90% full off that, which is absolutely brilliant, and should mean that we get a really, really great yield off this massive field. I mean, this is winter wheat that we put in here. It is, and we merged a couple of years ago. I think it was the end of last time that we did vlogs on here. A couple of years ago, we merged this field together, these two fields together, and it has just been an absolutely amazing result. Really big field, really great for our combine, and really great for our yields and our crops. So we're yeah, we're doing well with it. It's producing a nice amount of crop, and as a result we're going to get a good amount of straw off here for the cows for the year. We actually only need a couple of trailer fulls or auto loaders full of bales off here, so most of the bales I think off this field are going to end up getting sold, but we do have a really, really nice amount off this field as a result. See, the corn actually is looking good as well. We're looking at getting a good all-round harvest off our farm this year. Makes me very happy. I have to cut in here a little bit, I think, because otherwise I'm not going to get round. There we go. Yeah, sometimes you have to do that. You have to cut the corner out a little bit to make sure that you're actually going to make it round. But we're good. And yeah, so we're looking at getting a very nice, tidy amount off here. I think we're going to end up emptying again once we get round to pretty much round to where we started. It's very much easier to empty when we get back round towards the farm. There's a lot more space around there where we can, and so that will be good. And that trailer we've got, that takes a good amount of crop off this field. It's got a 30,000 litre capacity, and so we get between 2 and 3 trailers off here. Bring this round and down. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to get this headland finished off. I think we've got easily enough space in our tank to do that, and then yeah, we'll get it emptied again. So we've made it round to the other side of the field, and Chris is coming up alongside me now. Hoping he's going to pull alongside any moment. We might have to stop and unload if we get too full. Yeah, I think before this corner. So let's stop and unload him here. Like so. Took us a little too far over. Oh. This corner's getting a bit tricky, so we'll just bring this up alongside here. Still trying to get this right. There we go. So that should do it. We'll unload him here, and then that allows us to go around. We're only going to do 2 headlands, so this shouldn't be too difficult going forwards. And he will just sort of remain in the best place in the field for us to continue empty. Find it easier that way. Rather than trying to, as you see, we're trying to get ourselves in the right position to get it unloaded. Going down fairly quickly in the back, so that's good news. And yeah, so he's got quite a bit there in his trailer now. I think one more headland will, well, we should get most of the way around this headland, and then we'll unload again, and then that will all be good. And that should work well at that point. Chris has come alongside me down this back part of the field because he's got about 8,000 litres space left in there, and so hopefully we can empty it out. So we'll give that a go. Just trying to keep pace, slowly moving forwards. There we are. And we'll get that emptied into that trailer. Like so. Yeah, he's been a little bit back and forth on the accelerator there. But that is looking to be a nice full trailer. Should empty out completely by the end of here. Yeah, there we go. I'm all done, and he can head off now and get that emptied while I continue round and get these headlands finished, and then he should be in a position to pick us up near the end of the field, and I can empty before we start cutting in and getting into the main body of this crop. Coming to the end of our second headland, and Chris is waiting there for us so that we can empty. So we'll get that emptied as we get to the end here. That way we'll have a nice empty tank before we cut in. And looking at this, we need to get, I think we did a north-south planting on this. So we'll get cut in rather nicely, and that should sort us. The field lends itself to a north-south with the way it is with 18 and 20 here merged together. And So I think we put nearly sort of 6,000 litres in there. Yeah, you can see the field is like that. So we're going to cut in about here. There's no GPS on this combine, so I'm going completely via sort of where the sun is and by the compass and everything. So there. And start her up. And in we go. Go directly south. And cutting in nicely. Yeah, she is doing a bang up job, this old cleaner. Yeah, predates us getting any GPS on the farm. We've had this combine for a few years now, and she does us grand, but yeah, no GPS or any kind of modern bits like that on here. But she does the job, and yeah, does the job well. Into the last strip of this cut-in, and this is basically where we want it to be. We've got a nice wide width. We can then finish this off here. We'll come round, we'll empty into the trailer with a full, pretty much a full tank. And it wasn't quite, it was about just over, I think it was about 6,000 litres we put in there last time. And there's definitely a trick to doing this field. So you cut in like this, you get this area done. The next bit we do a little bit differently. So let's lift up here. So we get our auger out and we'll go and empty out here. We're then going to divide into the corner where the big sort of, well, where it meets field 18. Slow. There we go. Empty to our trailer. So we'll empty this out. And then what we'll do is we'll go over to the corner over there. We're going to cut in and then sort of do work our way inwards in that square that's there and get that done. And then that gives us the nice long stretch down field 18 into field 20 to do some nice long cuts. So yeah, hopefully that will all work out. There we go. That is that's there. Chris will meet us at this corner then in a bit, and we'll empty here, and he can then go and empty out this. But this is the bit I mean. So we sort of swing out here. We line ourselves up based on here, so that we can go straight into this corner here, like so, and down. Nice and straight on it, and then that just takes this little section over here out, squares up the whole field and makes it that much easier for us to handle as we're going forward and as we're getting the rest of the field done. And you can see now as we come up the back straight, or the return bit, that it's nicely segmented into an area that's around the same size as our initial cut-in was at this side of the field. So that then evens things up a bit, makes it a bit easier for us to do the whole field and get everything done and neatly packed into here. I think it's going to be one of those things where we'll get this baled up probably next vlog at this point. Before we go and attack the canola. So one of those things, actually, no, what we'll probably do is do the canola next time and get stuck into that. It is running very, very nicely here. And yeah, not quite as many rows. Last time we had 5 rows, this one is only going to be 4. So it's going to give us about 80% maybe, I think. But we can empty that out into the trailer. The trailer can go and tip. That won't be quite a full trailer. It'll get most of the way there, but it certainly is good. That means, you know, we're headed for well, that would be nearly 60,000 litres off here. We're heading for somewhere in the region of 90 to 100,000 litres off this field, inches. That is not a bad harvest at all. Now, will this all fit in my head up? Or do I need to... Wait. There we go. And down. Yeah, that should all fit in this. Just got to watch my edges is all. All good. There we go. So I'm going to keep this nicely down here. This is the disadvantage of not having GPS. Is I know with GPS that I'm exactly where I want to be. With this, I'm just that little bit cautious about the edges, especially if I've managed to go a little bit wide or a little bit thinner at either end. Then it gets just that little bit harder. But oh yeah, we've got a tiny bit left over on the right hand side. At that really small road. We'll just go in and clear that. That's because of how we came in on that corner. And then we're going to do a nice cut in once we've emptied this out. There we go. Don't want to leave that. That's a long enough road to worry about. And yeah, 81%, pretty much as I thought it was going to be. Get our auger out, go and empty this, and then we can go and cut in while Chris goes and empties. There we are. Around. And this will get him fairly close to being full. I think it'll give him about 28,000 litres in his trailer now. And he can go and empty that out. Get a bit full in the middle there. Let's shift this a little bit. And then, yeah, once he's filled, oh, there we go. And yeah, he can go and tip that now. And in the meantime, we're going to go and get cut into this field around the top here. And just start on this, and we're going to do this in two sections. You can see that's way too wide for us to do in one, so I'm going to bring us in here, back on the thresher, down we go, and away we go. And that then is going to give us very nice cutting, and yeah, allow us to knock the rest of this field out pretty quickly, I think. I do love the view when I'm doing this. There's nothing that matches that view. Absolutely gorgeous. We're our third part of the cutting, and yeah, Chris is coming up beside us. Ahead. There we go. That should work nicely. So he'll empty now and take all of this. He's gone and emptied into the barn. Tells me that we've got about 58,000 litres so far off this field, which is absolutely brilliant. Added to the over 12,000 litres that we're emptying at the moment. And that should keep things good. There we go. So, we'll take that in. And he'll stop there. And actually a pretty good place for us to unload from the rest of this bit. But yeah, 58,000 litres, that is a really, really good amount of this field so far. If we're getting that kind of yield, this should be a good year on the farm. That's worth a really decent amount of money. We should be able to certainly buy the 6M at the end of the season. I don't think we've got enough use for the 8R, but we'll see. Our 7R seems to cover most of what we've got. and we'll want to get the winter wheat in fairly quickly this year. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress that we've got here, and how well the farm is doing, and how well yeah, everything is going. We did pretty well cutting in where we did, but it's going to be interesting when we get to this spot here, because I don't know if I've got it quite right for the full width. Right, we're about as far as I'm willing to go on the left. Right, oh, the right, we are pulling it in. So as long as we've kept pretty straight going down this field, which I think we have for the most part, we should be alright. That's about a full width. I am very, very pleased with my positioning there. We've got a nice long width. We're not really dealing with any thin stuff. In fact, yeah, that's just under a full width. So I can see my dividers on each side, and both of them are, the crop is well within both of them. So we've actually positioned ourselves pretty good, I think, for this. Yeah, that has worked very nicely. So pick that up. And we're up to 82%. So yeah, let's go empty this before we go and well, we want to cut in again really. But I think this last bit of the field will go up and down with. So let's empty this out, and then we can spin around and start back up on this side. And Chris can go and empty. So it turns out I was actually wrong about that. Chris has 9,000 litres, roughly 9,000 litres worth of space still in that trailer. And we are not going to get 9,000 litres off here, I don't think. We might get another 5. It's quite thin on the right hand side though, so yeah, I think it's more, looking at this, probably closer to 4,000 litres that we'll get off the remainder of this field. All in all though, that is very good. That is a solid 80,000 litres off here, which is just absolutely brilliant. I mean, that is a really good yield. I'm really happy with that. Gone very well. Hopefully our canola and our soybeans will do just as well, and our corn. If those all do as well as this field has gone, that will be a bumpy year for the farm. We'll certainly be able to invest more money and keep things going very well. So it's going to be good. We have got a few days of nice sunshine, so yeah, I'm expecting to get into the canola next. Get that cut. I'm not sure our soybeans are going to be ripe quite yet, but we're gonna crack on anyway and see when they come right. And then I'm expecting the corn we put in fairly late, so I'm expecting that to be much later in the year really. So after the next set of rain we've got forecast in the next few weeks. But this is all good, and yeah, another 3,000-ish litres, so that should fill things up nicely. And that pretty much is the harvest done for the day. So I'm going to leave this here, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.